What is going on, family? And today I am incredibly excited because today I am finally going to be checking out the infamous artist Ren. In about every single video that I have mentioned my history with suicide and depression, people have been pushing me to go check out this song, Hi Ren. I do believe that I have come across some clips of this song before, but it's one of those things that every time I've come across it, I've always skipped it because I always felt like I was going to come back and watch the entire thing because this appears to be a very long video. I'm not sure if it's the song that is actually 9 minutes long or if that's tied into with the video concept. Either way, I don't really care. I'm very excited to check this out. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot to talk about with this video. Let's get into it. Dude, he's making a big deal of something already. We're going somewhere today, baby. I can feel it already. Oh, baby. This is art right here.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, are you pleased to see me? It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately. And I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect, you're always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate. This time is different, man. Trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place. And my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great. And when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one, so you see. You gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Where are your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in.
Man, this is nuts already. I feel like I already have so many thoughts, and I feel like we're barely scratching the surface of this video. One of the things that I feel like I'm picking up is when he's talking to the darker side of himself, the devil more on his shoulder, because it's kind of he's talking to the good and the bad sides of his personality. And you could equate that to the dark side, the light side, the angel, the devil, however you want to equate it, you know what I'm talking about. Every time that he is talking to the bad side of himself, the lights are always flickering. It's a constant reminder that that dark side of you is always there, even when you're trying to justify it to yourself, the good things. When he's talking to himself on the good side, the light is always positive, because it's a very rare occasion that you're feeling this way, and it's all positivity and glowing. But every time that you're talking to that other side of your brain, there's that dark little passenger that's just always blinking, and it's always there no matter what happens. Even in the moments when you think that I'm kind of getting past it, it's still there and it's still blinking. He's all dressed up like he's in an insane asylum. He had the guy with the pig mask come on and wheel him in the beginning like he's sick and this like I said, like American Horror Story, insane asylum type deal. He's sitting on a brightly pink colored chair, like with all this bright colors, like in like this torn down room that's like nobody would ever want to be in. So far, he's really dove into those stresses that artists tend to face when it comes to like believing in what your art is and like putting it out there, but not always seeing some of that success in something that you truly believed in. There's always that other side of you that's like, am I doing the right thing? Do I really believe in this much? Like he said, the fans that he has, it seems that they connect with the music that he makes. And that's all really, I think, that an artist would ever really want. Because if you just want fame and fortune, there's a lot of easier ways to go and get those things. It's a lot harder to build a actual loyal fan base that actually cares about you. And those are the ones who borderline those stands that are like, no matter what you do, they're going to apologize for you. That's kind of the realm where you would rather have something like that than a fair weather fan who you might be selling out stadiums one day, but then nobody's coming to your shows the next day. You'd rather just see a slow, steady increase of actual people that are coming back each and every time to see you. I cannot say enough that I am 100% behind artists doing exactly the art that they want to create. Because just because something might sell better doesn't mean that it means that much to you. And when something means that much to you, your fans can see that and your fans will resonate with that much more. So when you're creating the art that actually means something to you, it's that much more special. Like I said, I feel like we're going to have a lot to talk about in this video, but we got a lot of this video left to go.
Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you, to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it. Man, it's not like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong. Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with his subconscious, Eminem did it. Played on guitar, Plan B did it. Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves, and I'll shake up the whole world beneath us. That's right, speak your truth, your fucking God complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to actually hear you say it instead of downplay it.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside. Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistophelies, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips. So you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal, feeble and normal. You wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of end. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
Oh man, that whole section was wild. I feel like that section was kind of like the dark passenger, if you will, kind of explaining who they are and how they have been an issue since basically like the dawn of time. That there's always that kind of like that dark side and those dark spirits and that bad mental health. Like I said, the devil, the angel, the light, the dark, however you want to equate it, issue since we have existed. But until like in recent terms, nobody really would talk about mental health issues. It was one of those things that it was under such a negative stigma of being like such a sick and broken person that you were no longer like a functioning member of society anymore. When I was a kid, the idea of going to therapy meant that you might get locked up in an insane asylum. That sounds pretty wild, right? But that really wasn't that long ago. There is generations and generations of people out there that will not even acknowledge the fact that they struggle with some sort of mental health problem when there is scientific proof that we all have mental health. Anxiety is something that all humans face. Stress is something that all humans face. You might not have that ultra dark passenger like Ren's over here talking about, but I can guarantee you, you have mental health that you need to take care of. And it's definitely okay to not feel okay. And if I'm being honest with you, I have way more bad days than I have good days, but I still try to make every day as best that I can be. It's all about those baby steps, and the first one's always the hardest. Overall, I really love the concept of this song. I know it's not over yet, but just this whole idea of like arguing, like an artist arguing with like their own subconscious. Like he made the reference, he's not the first person to do something like this, but it is something that doesn't remind me of any of the other versions that I've heard of artists doing stuff like this. And I've heard a lot of them. There's an honesty that he taps into in this song that I just don't really feel that I've ever really like seen something matched in this kind of way.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? 'Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So cower at the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs. That I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that me to be strong. And when I am gone, I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate to different sides. When I was 17 years old.
Oh boy! All right, I'm not ready for a speech yet. I'm gonna stop it right there before I get the tears going, because I feel like he's about to give me a whole different like thing to think about right now. Like just the way that he comes back with like I said, there's the light and the dark, the devil and the angel, if you will. He had like the whole moment of like talking about like from the moment of time, the dark side and the devil and those demons, like what. It's been around since the dawn of time. And then he comes back in with like that angel, that light side. And like he said, like some people call me as hope. And like, oh my God, I got like the chills and like it just ran through like my whole body when he said that. Like it just was so emotional, like just a delivery. And it was just incredibly moving. And the way he brings it back with just like that happy energy, like I said, like the light is coming back. It's coming back like it was in the start of the song. Like, you know, we started off with like that high energy that like the light is what's always worth chasing. You're always trying to get to the brighter days. Oh my God. And I feel like there was just so much depth with like the lights flickering, just reminding you that it's always going to be there. No matter how good you feel, it's always going to be there, but you still got to push forward and focus on that light.
When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences. With autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare. But there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax. And I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Wow, he just kind of left me a little speechless right after that. I feel like the way that he told that story at the end, like he summed it up really nicely in such a simple way of basically calling it the eternal dance. Like if you're out there struggling today, or if you're having a good day, but you just suffer from mental health issues like on a more serious level, and I think that you know what I say, that like you also know that this is a problem that never goes away. There's never like an end sight where you're like, if I could just reach there, everything would be better, because we all hit those moments and we realize that it was never going to get better. And hopefully if you haven't learned that lesson already, hopefully this isn't the first time you've heard this, because it's a very difficult reality to face, that this problem never really goes away. And I know it's not necessarily always difficult for us, those ones who are suffering from these issues, to understand, because it's a problem that we have. But I think it's probably honestly the most difficult for our friends and our family to really fully understand, because some people call them normies. I like to call them normal. I call them normies too. That I tell them that I'm glad that you're normal. I'm glad that you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm glad you don't know what this feels like, because wouldn't want anybody else to know what this feels like. And I think this entire song just kind of represents the idea that there's always going to be dark and there's always going to be negative in the world. And some of us just try to find our path in just being okay in that darkness, where we're not really scared of it anymore because we're used to being in it. And it's not frightening anymore. Not everything that is dark is evil and scary, but in this representation, I feel like it's more of the overall just talking point. Like he said, it's an overall pendulum that swings back and forth all the time between light and dark. And again, I feel like he summed that up perfectly. In terms of just overall song quality and just structure, like you could just, he's incredibly talented. I would imagine that not every song is of like this exact caliber, but I would imagine that there's a lot of thoughtfulness and soulfulness in just really everything that he is doing and creating. So I would definitely like to be more interested in checking out more from Ren, because like I said, I don't feel like it's going to be another 9-minute like version of something like this, but I do feel like it is a lot of thought-provoking conversation. I love an artist that talks about this subject matter, and I'm always looking for the next song that explains about how much I want to hate myself. I appreciate you so much for hanging out with me today, and if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. Until next time, I appreciate you for watching.